Today I am breaking down how to build a brand new LLC from scratch for funding so that banks, lending partners, and funding partners can take you seriously. Now, this isn't just about opening an LLC and hoping for money. Funding is about structure, credibility, and compliance. So if you've ever been asking these three questions here, why am I getting denied? Why are limits so low? Or why are lenders stating that I am too risky? This live is for you. By the end, you'll know exactly how to build an LLC in the correct fashion from scratch for funding to get yourself $50,000 to $150,000 plus, no problem. So here's your call to action. Grab a pen, get comfy, let's get funded. All right. And if you're coming up under the sound of my voice and you're listening to the replay, you're going to want to save this because this is informational and it's very, very packed. All right, so step one, you want to choose the correct LLC name, all right? Your LLC affects your funding more than people even realize. There's so many people out here running around with their name inside of their business name, as well as the industry type inside of the business name itself, the LLC name, I should say. So rules for a fundable LLC. No words like consulting, holdings, investment, capitals, credit, funding, or financial services. Avoid high-risk industries unless you are licensed. All right? Keep it neutral and operational. That's it. So a bad example would be Elite Wealth Funding Solutions LLC. That's a bad example. You see what I mean? You have the industry type inside of the name, and on top of that, that industry is risky. You're being cut at the door before you even say hello. As soon as you write that down and a banker or underwriter see that, denied. All right, a better example would be Elite Operational Group LLC. Why does this matter? Banks assign risk based on name alone. This is true. And if you don't think this is true, all you need to do is just Google risky SIC lending codes and check your industry type and see if your industry type is inside of your name. So banks assign risk based on name alone before they even look at your application or at your credit report. They don't care if you have an 800 credit score. If you're in a risky industry, denied. Your brand name and your legal entity name does not need to be the same. It does not. That is a huge myth, okay? Now, here's step two. Separate your brand name from your legal name, which is your LLC, all right? This is where most people mess up. I see it all the time. Your LLC name is for compliance. Your brand name is for marketing. You do this using a DBA if required. An example, legal entity name will be Elite Operations Group LLC. Your brand name is Elite Wellness Company, all right? Funding cares about legal name. Marketing cares about your brand name. Never apply for funding under a DBA unless instructed by an expert or a lender. All right. Now, step number 3, get your EIN and your business address correct. Get your EIN directly from the IRS at irs.gov. Do not use some random address, guys, and do not use your home address. You should know by now, if you're listening to people like me and you're on here all the time, this information is public at the Secretary of State's website. But I don't think a lot of you still aren't aware of that information. I run across this more than I would like to, okay? So a funding-friendly address. For your notes, here are the rules for a funding-friendly address, business address. It needs to be a physical address preferred. So if you have a physical location and you check in and that's your company, that is preferred by the lenders. If not, virtual offices inside of a commercial building, inside of a corporate building. So when you Google that address, a big business, a corporate business address pops up, okay? No PO boxes like USPS Box Store or iPostal. And on top of that, additionally, for your notes, do not use national chains like Regis. Alliance, WeWorks, all right? Banks know that these are virtual addresses and you will be denied due to that address. And also, no mismatch addresses anywhere. Make sure everything is congruent, meaning everything is matching everywhere on your website, Secretary of State, Duns and Bradstreet, everywhere your business is seen, all right? Your address, again, for your notes, if you did not hear me, Secretary of State, IRS, your website, Duns and Bradstreet, and the credit bureaus must have the same address and business information. All right. So for your notes, inconsistencies triggers denials. They will not be able to verify your address as accurate and credible, and they will deny you as fraudulent, or they will also say unable to verify business. I've seen it. All right. Build business credibility before applying. All right. A lot of us just are so gung ho because we took the time to get our credit score up and we just go straight into the bank. We don't think anything about credibility. I don't care if you got a 680, 780, 850. You will be denied if your business does not look truthful and believable. So before you apply for funding, your business must look real. Minimally check this. This is a checklist. Grab your pen for your notes. A professional website with a domain email address. So it's info@yourbusinessname.com. Not Hotmail, not Gmail, not anything else. A domain professional business name. A business phone number that is listed publicly is preferred. So you could list your business phone number, which is a voice over IP number, not a Google free voice. Do not do that. Go ahead and get yourself a GoDaddy, phone.com, Ring Central, something like that. And then to take this a step further, go ahead and register it with 411.info. Okay. NACE's code that is not on a risky list. So Google risky NACE's business codes. All right. That list is going to pop up. If you're on there, you need to figure out if you could recategorize your business in some sort of way and provide it a non-risky description. So business description written for lenders, not Instagram. Okay. Here's what for your notes. Here's what your description should answer. What do you do? Who do you serve? And how do you make money? What do you do? Who do you serve? And how do you make money? Let me say that once again. Your business description should include what do you do? Who do you serve? And how do you make money? Not the Instagram description. So here's an example. We provide logistics coordination and operational support services to small and mid-sized companies. The beauty for you is we have ChatGPT, we have Claude, we have Gemini, you have AI that can help you in this area. How amazing is that? That was not around when I decided to go into entrepreneurship. All right. Step number 5, open the right business banking account. Okay. Not all banks are created equal. For your notes. All right. Actually, you need to understand that there's bank types. Okay. So if you're just starting out and you're building business credit or building your personal credit to prepare for business funding, you want to get 3 different types of banking accounts open. A credit union like Navy Federal, a national bank like Chase or Bank of America, and a regional bank like Key Bank, Truist Bank, BMO. Why? Because all 3 types of banks, they offer different types of products and they benefit you in different ways. Take note, okay? So again, not all banks are created equal. You want relationship-based banks, which are like the regional banks and the credit unions, okay? You want branch access. You want business bankers, not online-only business platforms. Don't listen to these people. I hear these quote-unquote gurus or people that's trending on the internet, and I've heard them say, hey, just go get this bank account right here. It's an online banking account, business banking account. Don't do that, all right? And here's what you want to bring to the interview when you're ready to get that $20,000 to $50,000 in funding because you've taken these steps. You want to bring your articles of incorporations. You want to bring, and you get that from the Secretary of State. Okay. You want your EIN letter. Some banks will even ask for annual meeting minutes. Guess what? You have Claude, you have cousin Claude, cousin Gemini, and cousin Chat that can create that for you. How amazing is that? You want your operating agreement. You want your website live. Okay. You want a matching address everywhere. Okay. Do not forego this. You will be denied. Funding happens faster when a banker knows your business. So always walk in to apply for funding. This is where no documentation increases. All right, because they're meeting you in person and they're sitting right there filling out the application. When you're online or doing it over the phone, it's the computer making the decision and then it's just black and white at that point. And trust me, I always notice that people undergo more underwriting than if they apply online and get approved for lower limits than if you were to make that banking appointment, make that relationship, and apply in person. All right, step number 6, prepare for funding applications, okay? Before applying, do this audit right here for your notes. Personal credit utilization should be below 10%, not 30%. No major negative items if possible, all right? Credit charge-offs, late payments, even one late payment, guys. We need to get it off, all right? Get it off. Late payments make up to 175 points on your credit report. High credit card utilization, you can stand to gain or lose up to 225 points. Okay? That's just how serious it is. So do this audit. So make sure your business information matches everywhere. Google your business name. The name, email, website, phone number. It should be the same information you're placing on the application. If not, make that update. Make sure it's shown there before you apply. Update your Duns and Bradstreet. Unbeknownst to you, if you filed your own business with the Secretary of State or had someone else to do it, you automatically have a Duns and Bradstreet profile that is automatically created for you. A lot of people don't know that. So when that information is automatically created, that it snatches the information you initially used to create that company, and that is the information that's on the Duns and Bradstreet profile. Now, say you run into someone like me and you see my 60-second reel telling you to update these things, and you go to the Secretary of State and make the update there. That means you have to make the changes with the IRS, your SS4 letter, that's your EIN letter, and the Duns and Bradstreet, okay? And make sure all that information is the same on your website and your business description as well, okay? Now, clean any online footprint you see, because another thing that happens when you file your business with the Secretary of State, all these business listings pop up. And it can have very inconsistent information. Now take the time to just go in and update that information everywhere you see it when you Google and search for your business. All right, guys? Now, never apply blindly. Every application is a data point, okay? Denials tell you exactly what you need to fix too. There is power in the denial. So let's say you go ahead and you prematurely apply or whatever happens. Go ahead, get that denial letter, okay? Denial letters, I'm used to reading them because I've guided thousands of people through this. And if you don't know who I am a funding strategist and I help people get funded to buy businesses, okay? So I am here to help you reach your personal and financial potential. I've helped thousands of people through this process. So I'm used to seeing and doing certain things very, very easily, okay? And I'm used to seeing denials. Now, just so you'll know, They always conceal the real reason, the true reason they denied you. I don't care. I've never seen a denial letter that just had one reason for the denial. They have to stack it. It's always 3 to 4 reasons, so they'll add other things to it, which isn't the true reason you were denied, thus confusing you even further, okay? But the good thing about you have Cousin Claude, you have Cousin Gemini, you have Cousin Chat. Pick your AI preference and you upload that denial letter and tell it to break it down to you in layman's terms and what does it mean. Now you can go to work and fix the thing that they're telling you is the reason they denied you, and then go back and apply. Are you with me? I hope you're with me. All right. So if you're coming up under the sound of my voice or the replay, just go ahead and make sure you DM me boot camp. I have a free 30-day boot camp for you. If you're looking for credit repair and you want to leverage that with AI, go ahead and look at the link in my bio. I got a lot of freebies there as well. All right, number 7, what most people do wrong for your notes. So listen up. Here's what you are doing wrong. Here's why people fail. Finding the LLC and filing the LLC and then immediately applying for funding, right? And you haven't even did anything to prep it. You didn't take all these steps. You don't have a website. You have no idea how many people apply for funding without a legitimate website. That is the fastest way to get denied. All right. You're using risky words in the description of your business, in your business name, and how you're categorizing your business. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Your company name and your business name does not need to be the same. That is what DBAs are for. I hope this makes sense, okay? I gave you the example in the beginning of the video. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to save this, and it's smooth because it's packed with information. All right, you don't have a business description at all. So you'll have a website, it just looks generic and it'll have a business name, phone number, and all that stuff, but you don't have a business description at all, and no one even knows what it is you actually do. So you look shady. So the bank is like, is this just someone just popping up out of nowhere trying to just get a quick buck and go? How do they know? You need to look legit. All right, no credibility. What is credibility? Truthful and believable. All right. How do you show up looking credible online and on paper? This is how you look credible online. You have a professional name, email, website, phone number, registered with 411.info. Your phone number itself it could be a voice over IP. It is not a free Google My Business, a Google Voice phone number. Also, get a Google My Business listing. All right. Make sure your address is also inside of a corporate building. All right. Also, ask them if you may get a unique suite number. Ooh, that's real good. When you get a unique suite number, they don't even question if it's a virtual office or not most of the time, because you have a suite number attached. You just don't have the address that all the other people have. All right. And avoid national chains like Regis. I'm repeating some of the most number one reasons people are being denied. Alliance, Regis, WeWorks. They know that these are well-known national virtual address companies. And if they feel like you're just setting up a business and you have a virtual address, they can't come serve you or come get you or reach you if you decide to skip out on the bill. All right? Be credible. Another mistake that you make is applying online instead of in person. Applying online is you and the computer, you and the algorithm that they have set forth. I've seen people get $10,000 who clearly qualify for $40,000 for a credit card, but they would apply online, and that is what happens. When you make that appointment and you take the time to meet with the banker, it's something in that transaction. These people are then hopping on the phone with the underwriter and applying on your behalf. And then they get to ask details and clarification that they can't ask in an online application. You're just black and white, and they give you a black and white approval, okay? I promise you, I've been doing this a very long time. It's a very huge, huge difference in applying online and in person. And I know a lot of you are afraid. You've never asked for business funding before. It's time to put your big girl panties on. It's time to get with it, all right? It's time to get with it. Walk into the bank and ask for that money. And you should be comfortable if you're credible, fundable, and bankable. And you built this LLC from scratch for funding. You should walk in confidently, okay? Another thing I'll say before you go to the bank, make sure that you understand your business description. What does your business do? Who do you serve? How are you serving them? What type of products do you offer? Okay? Be clear on that. Don't be sitting in the banker's chair trying to figure it out. No, I think it's $1,000 I pay. Oh, do you get paid before you provide the service? Are you a service-based business? Do you get paid before you provide the service or after the service is fulfilled? You need to have the answers to this. How much are you charging your clients? Okay, you're a consultant. Okay, what packages do you have? A good straightforward answer can be, oh, I have a $2,500 package. I have a $1,000 package, a $2,500 package, and a $5,000 package. Okay, on average, what is the average package you're selling the most? Oh, my 2,500 is my most popular package. Oh, okay. How much did you say you make a month? Oh, I bring in $25,000 a month. Okay, so how many customers is that? Do the math. Oh, I'm getting anywhere from 8 to 10 clients a month. Okay, how much do you make annually? Okay, be clear on that. Because another thing, if you apply online, the underwriter can call you. So I'm trying to help y'all out. If you have all this stuff in order, the credibility is set in place and you won't get those phone calls and you won't have to produce additional documentation, 3 to 6 months of bank statements and, all this other stuff, okay? Funding is not luck, guys, it's structure, okay? Now, if you want help building this in the correct fashion, step by step, again, click any link in my bio. If you have any questions, also just DM me. I'm always happy to help, right? Check everything. I have funding education, LOC guidance, credit optimization support, all right? Drop the word. Well, we can't do that because I'm on several platforms all at the same time. So whatever platform you're on, I got goodies in the description, right? And I'm always happy to help. But before I go, I want to just recap everything. Today, I've gone over several important things, right, that can help you cross over to the funding side and how to build a brand new LLC from scratch for funding. Number one, you want to make sure you start with the name. Do not name yourself something risky. Okay, sorry, I heard something. You do not want to be in a risky industry, and you do not need to put the industry name inside of your business name, okay? Your company name and your business name does not need to be the same, okay? Your company name should be simple, boring, and professional. Your business name can be your DBA. You having that company name and that business name is not protecting it. What's going to protect that name is getting it trademarked. All right? So company name is structured for funding. DBA is your actual business name. Please, if you do nothing else, understand that. You also need to make sure that you're not inside of a risky industry when you categorize yourself as your business type. So Google risky lending. Hold on. Roxy, go home. Risky lending SIC codes. Okay? See if you're on there. All right. Your business address cannot be an iPostal or a national chain virtual office. Okay. It has to be inside of a corporate building, and make sure that you ask for a unique suite number. Okay. Your website, it needs to be professional. Your email address needs to be professional. Your phone number cannot be a free Google My Voice business. You will get denied. These are reasons you're being denied. I promise you, okay? Then take that phone number and register it with 411.info, okay? From there, you want to make sure that all business records match. Everything is congruent across the board. Everything matches: your name, email, website, phone number, address, business description, business type, business information is matching at the Secretary of State, on your website, your Duns and Bradstreet, and everywhere your business is listed, okay? Another thing that I discussed is applying in person versus applying online. Applying online will get you denied or low approvals versus walking in and making that relationship. Another thing we discussed here today is getting various banking types open. Banking accounts open. There are different types of banks. You have national banks, regional banks, and credit unions. Get one of each, because they offer very different products and services that can benefit you in the long run. All right. Now, if you're coming up under the replay, DM me any questions you may have. Check out any goodies in my link trees or whatever platform is on. I'm streaming like on 4 different platforms. Okay. So whatever platform you're watching me on, look into my description. Look out for any live events. If you're local to Atlanta, I do them monthly. I'm always happy to help. I'm here to get the word out to everyone. So let's be amazing. Be amazing. Let's get funded, guys. Thank you for your time. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for sharing in my journey. Be amazing. Be great. Let's get funded. Bye.